Ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to be talking about why I think, in my personal opinion, that Modern Warfare 3 Zombies is a complete disaster on launch. Now, if you are a DMZ kind of person, or if you like Outbreak, this is probably right up your alley and this is your cup of tea. But if you're like me and you like the old school zombies and you are expecting something to blow your socks off, then this is not it, Chief. So let's get one thing clear right away. I did not buy Modern Warfare 3 Zombies. I did not buy Modern Warfare 3. I did play it, however, on a friend's account for a couple hours. And we're going to be going over a couple things that I noticed going through my couple hour play session and watching other streamers and watching some of my other friends play it and kind of gathering the intel and kind of gathering what I think I can formulate my own opinion now. We're about 24 hours in as of recording, so here we go. Starting off, number one, the AI soldier enemies are way too strong. It is nearly impossible to take care of them if you do not have a squad, and even then, they can down you nearly instantly. And even if you're working up to getting some armor or you have full armor, just forget about it, because those AI soldiers will shred it immediately. It's the same problem with Vanguard zombies. I don't know why they decided this was a good idea, but in Vanguard they experimented with that special zombie that would shoot at you with a minigun, and everyone hated it, so I don't know why they are including these AI soldier enemies. Just like I predicted in my initial video, I was completely correct on this. It's just as bad, if not even worse, actually, than in Carrier, because in Carrier, it was more of a strong nuisance. In this game, it is a hard annoyance, if that's the right word. So, yeah, the AI soldiers absolutely either need to be nerfed into the ground, or they just need to go. Like, it's ridiculous. That's the first thing I noticed. So, the next point I noticed is that there is a really strong reliance on co-op, and this is a very bad thing. Now, I was trying to articulate my point here, but not having solo support in this game automatically cripples the longevity of the game. You have people playing World of War, Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2. These are all 2-generation-old games on the Xbox 360 and the PS3 that people are still having the same experience that they did on launch. Who's to say the experience on Modern Warfare Zombies is going to be the same as it was on launch as it will be in about 5 years? Now, they might do some patches and for some longevity updates, but at the current moment, the reliance on the squads and relying on 3 players and eventually 24 players is absolutely ridiculous. And if you join solo, there is no point to doing this, because on solo, you can request to join a squad like they do in their little Intel trailer thing that they released the other day, but the problem is no other squads seem to accept my request, and I've asked other friends about this and they seem to agree, and I've even seen streamers agree on this. So why would you join solo when you can have a slightly better experience with randoms? But even then, we'll get to that later. So no squads want to accept your join squad requests or something like that. So, okay, fair enough. You want to play solo? No, fair enough, you say. You're a good enough zombies player, you want to do it on your own. Luckily, in the Intel video, they said that there is going to be like a helper, or like a, if you're a solo player, do this kind of Easter egg, quote unquote. It turns out it's just a turned hellhound. It can be somewhat strong, but the problem is it gets killed by AI soldiers. So the second you pass by one of those checkpoints, or where AI soldiers can be, it's game over for your hellhounds. So Lamau, get fucked. This game definitely would have benefited the most from the Cold War out-of-game upgrade system. Now, I'm not sure, I didn't get to play with it enough. I'm not sure if there's like a total out-of-game upgrade system. I wasn't really too clear on it. I didn't really get to experiment it with too much, but I think that something like the Ethereum crystal upgrades that you got in Cold War, where you can completely upgrade Juggernaut, I feel like that system would have benefited the most in this mode, because stuff is really rare already in this game. Like, it's really hard to get like 3 perks or more, honestly, from my experience and from what I've seen other people. they like rarely have 2, 3, 4 perks unless you bring it in from a previous game. I don't understand why this wasn't implemented. Maybe it is implemented and it's a different version. I just wasn't aware of it. So the next point is that killing the big bosses drops absolutely nothing. Me and my friends, we went and killed the abomination, like a really hard abomination in the tier 3 zone, and we got absolutely nothing for it. We got some points and like a trip mine or something like that. It was really ridiculous. I'm not sure why killing these big bosses, like maybe you have to do it while it's a contract or something, or I'm not entirely sure. But killing the abomination, it's this really hard thing. It took us like 10 minutes to do, yet we yielded nothing. It was a big waste of time. So we need to work on that. I feel like killing those big zombies should at least drop a perk and some sort of like upgrade in some way. The zombie kill points are basically nothing. I think it's like 15, 20 points per zombie kill. Let's say you have a perk nearby and you want to buy it and you don't have quite enough points. What you need to do is either you have two options, which is spend half of the game time killing zombies, or do a contract where you run halfway across the map and back, or something like that, where you just waste a lot of time. Like, there's no easy way to get like what I would consider like a lot of points. Like, in my opinion, it shouldn't take more than 5 minutes to get 2,000 points in this game. So like 2,000 points is what I've seen for the most part is most of the perk prices. There might be some other perks that cost more, cost less, I'm not entirely sure, but I know like things like Quick Revive and all that, those cost 2,000, like Tombstone. The points and like the contracts and like the time it takes to get all this stuff, like by the time you're done getting set up, the game is already over. Which leads us into the game timer. 1 hour is way too short, and the setup is nerfed. So it's not like 1 hour of like high octane action where you can just go in, kill a lot of zombies, get really set up, and it's like, all right, like this is the setup game. I got set up. I have like tier 3 pack-a-punch, all this, and then the next game, we're gonna go in and like kill the world boss or something. But from my experience, the setup is really nerfed, where it's like it's really hard to be like, okay, so in this game I extracted with a level 1 pack-a-punched weapon. And then in this game, I got it to blue rarity, but it's still level 1 pack-a-punch. And then in this game, I got it to purple rarity and level 2 pack-a-punch. Like, the setup is really nerfed. Like, in Cold War Zombies, you can get that whole thing done really quickly in one game. Like, sure, it takes about an hour, I would say, in Cold War time, but you know, the game doesn't end in an hour, right? It keeps going. It can go as long as you want. So 1 hour, way too short. This timer is just there to extend player retention. It's really dumb. Like, I don't really understand why it's there other than the fact that it's a DMZ mechanic. And in DMZ, it was kind of high octane because, like, that's when the PvP was really forced in. Like, a lot of people were fighting over the last extractions. Speaking of extractions, there are very few extract areas. There's like 3 or 4 on the entire map, and it's like always with my luck, it was always like we're all the way on the right side of the map, and all the extract zones are like all on the left, like all on the very left. It's like there's one top left, middle left, bottom left, something like that. These extract zones either need to be more evenly dispersed, or there just needs to be straight up more of them. So the extract zones, like, it can be like, oh shit, we gotta exfil, like, we got 5 minutes to do it, and then it's like it's like, where's the exfil? It's on the other side of the fucking map, and there's no vehicles, so it's like, okay, just run and hope you make it. And speaking of that, if you extract and you call in the chopper, and then you just so happen to get the ether storm rolled in on you right before the chopper like lands, like it's still doing the animation, like you can't exfil there, but the ether storm rolls in, and it's completely ridiculous with how strong the zombies are. It's almost like they almost completely surround the helicopter, and I think it's kind of like a cool thing where it's like, oh man, we like just made it, all this stuff. But if you have one teammate that's like lacking behind, they are not making it. Like, these are tier 3 zombies. No matter where you are, if you're in a tier 1 zone, these are tier 3 zombies, and they're coming after you. And it's like almost impossible to get into this helicopter here. So my next point is that the endgame is an impossible feat with the random queue. So most of us zombies players, we're like solo, and then sometimes we play with a couple people. So most of the time, you want to play the hardest content. Like for me, I like to play the hardest content in each zombies map. If I'm playing Drak, 9 times out of 10, I'm doing that Easter egg. Same with Origins, same with Voyage of Despair, same with 9, Ancient Evil, blah, 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 whatever map you want. If it's Beast from Beyond, I'm playing Mephistopheles. Like it's just happening, right? So this is like what I would call endgame zombies. Like this is my endgame zombies. Like I'm doing everything in the map, or I'm doing the Easter egg, which is like the hardest challenge. In this game, the world boss is deemed as the hardest challenge, which I can't do every single time because of the random queue, because of the fact that this is not solo friendly, and from the random queue, I can't get friends to play every time. So if I want my goal, if like I want to kill that world boss this game, and then I load into the match, and then I'm fully kitted out, I got tier 3, whatever, like maxed out everything, all the perks, whatever, and then all my teammates, they have nothing. Like, it's completely pointless. So you have nothing. So, like, why even bother continuing that game, you know? So I'm not going to do this game of cat and mouse where I load in, wait for the loading screen, and wait to load in and find out that my teammates have nothing. I'm not going to do that game, and then I'm not going to do the just do it when your friends are online, because who's to say my friends are online a year from now, right? They don't want to play Modern Warfare Zombies, right? It completely kills my personal endgame, which is killing the world boss. And then even if you have a good squad, they're gonna split up anyway. Like half of my games, like 50% of my games, like the squad's just completely split up. So it's like, what's even the point of the squad thing if we're all just gonna go in our own directions? And I try to be like, okay, I'm gonna go this way, I'm gonna join this guy, and then this guy, I followed him and like helped him out, and then it was like we were like 10 minutes into the match and he already exfilled. It's like, what the fuck, man? So like, what's even the point? I don't know. And so going on into a couple more things, these are the last things. The map does not look unique in any way. Like you would think they would, at the very least, they would have put like this cool looking, like, you know, in Forsaken, they had like that big cyclone storm thing in the skybox, like that sort of thing. You would think at the very least they would have something like that, or maybe like the Origins skybox. That would be really cool. But no, this is just a Warzone map with like purple mist or something. It's like, woo, I don't know. It doesn't look unique in any way. I thought they would have like dressed it up even a little bit, but no, not really. There is an ending cutscene, quote unquote ending cutscene. I think it's if you finish all the story missions. I'm not sure how you get it. I just saw it, and to me, I'm not really hyped up for anything. It looks really stupid. Like it's just all set up, and then it's like they show all these characters. It's like oh man, it's this person. Like I know that's what they're going for. It's like, oh man, it's this guy. That's the guy from The Thing. It's completely lost on me. I have no idea who these people are. I don't want to pay attention because I'm not going to give this story the time of day, because I do not like when campaign and zombies are mixed in. I want my own unique set of campaign characters, and maybe once in every now and then you get like a cameo from like Mason or something. I don't know. But I thought it was like a good setup with like Weaver and Carver and all those people from Cold War. I thought that was like kind of like a fair setup for some good characters in this new series of Call of Duty Zombies. So, closing thoughts. If you're looking for an extension of DMZ, then this is fine, I guess, but if you are a Zombies fan, then don't waste your time. I don't really know what they were going for. This is just PvE DMZ, and I know a lot of people that like DMZ like that PvP aspect. So you're not really making anyone happy here. You're kind of pissing off a core, like a section of the DMZ fan base, and you're pissing off a lot of the Zombies fan base. So I don't even know what they were going for here. I wouldn't waste my time. I don't want to waste my money unless it's like on discount for like $20 or something. Maybe I'll get it, but definitely not $70 for this. For a zombies map that I don't want to engage with, a campaign that's 3 hours long, and multiplayer maps that I can just boot up a free client and just play the original classic version, which I think is far superior, by the way, because of the gameplay, because like I just don't like how the new engine of Call of Duty works. I don't like the double sprint, like this is like a whole other tangent. I just don't like. Basically, everything after Modern Warfare 2019, I just don't like how it looks. But that's like a whole different thing. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys next time.